Totally unprofessional.
All right, Brandon Reef, Jonathan Birdsong. Welcome to Crossroads Sports, episode 349 here on a Wednesday night. And we've got something huge coming in tomorrow. We've got huge impact here in Indianapolis as well as Oklahoma City. But first, got to play this little section for us.
Uh-oh.
Away. Pass into the lane. Ananobi right back to the corner. Off target three from Bridges. On Halliburton. Pacers by 17 with 2:45 to play. Into the forecourt, Halliburton all the way to the goal. He lobbed it to the rim. Checkmate! Checkmate!
Oh, God.
Sweet baby. 7 seconds left. Time will run out. And the Eastern Conference Championship has been captured by the Indiana Pacers. The Pacers have defeated the Knicks 125-108.
He's made it.
Ladies and gentlemen, our Pacers, Eastern Conference champions, Game 1 NBA Finals tomorrow night in Oklahoma City. How sweet does it sound? Pacers in the finals again.
It took them 25 years, man. You have to have, but you have to, you know what I'm saying, you have to be patient. I'm just telling teams, you know what I'm saying, out there that ain't grace, you know what I'm saying, this present, you know what I'm saying. But you got to be patient and you got to have a smart people, you know what I'm saying, working the draft boards and not going crazy here in Indianapolis anyway, not going crazy with trades, you know what I'm saying. And just kind of definitely knowing the temperature of the room, you know what I'm saying? The fandom here in Indiana, like I said before, like I said all the time, man, all levels of basketball, high school, and me and Brandon Reef don't even lose our minds much anymore on high school basketball. But, like, high school basketball here is on another level. College basketball, y'all know, is on another level. We still waiting for Butler to get back to the Final Four. They still want Brad Stevens to come back to IU. You know what I'm saying? So, and then how could I forget about Purdue? Shame on me, Brandon. Shame on me. But Purdue, you know what I'm saying, they just ain't got the natty, but that blood is blue up there. You know what I'm saying? So when it comes to professional basketball, and I know about the other, everybody forgets about Fort Wayne, Ball State. Yeah. We repping for them too. You know what I'm saying? But the basketball history got to get a little up to speed. You know what I'm saying? But like, nah, man, in all truth, but like the Pacers, man, going to the finals, man, this is big for the city. I cannot, and for the state, you know what I'm saying, all eyes kind of turn to Indianapolis in that regard. They have a fan-friendly team. There's nobody, you know what I'm saying, too much with any kind of controversy or anything like that. It's one, yeah, Tyrese Halliburton got traded here. Yeah, Siakam got traded here. But it's one that's kind of, for the most part, the other pieces have kind of one's been kind of homegrown. Or guess what? You know what I'm saying, Kevin Pritchard kind of fooled somebody in the draft selection, and you know what I'm saying, he found a nugget, you know what I'm saying, a diamond in the rough. So, like, no, man, it's been a long time. You know what I'm saying, we thought, you know what I'm saying, as Pacer fans and as Hoosier natives, we thought that, you know what I'm saying, the Jermaine O'Neal era would get there one day. They didn't. You know what I'm saying, we thought Reggie Miller, I really did, Brandon. I don't know if you want to go that one more. I thought Reggie Miller would get one more shot at it before he retired. But the injury, he had that eye injury and the mouse in the palace. How could we forget? But like, no, man, you know what I'm saying, I can go down to other eras of Pacers. You know what I'm saying? Paul George, right? You know what I'm saying? Before he broke the leg, you know what I'm saying? Kind of got a little too cynical on Pacers and whatnot. It is what it is. That's a whole nother history lesson. But like, no, man, you know what I'm saying? All eyes are on, you know what I'm saying, at least in the Hoosier, you know what I'm saying, is on the Pacers, you know, as far as them, you know what I'm saying, wanting to win a championship, man. So it's been a long time since the Pacers hung a banner. Matter of fact, they've never hung an NBA banner. They hung an ABA banner for sure. But it's been a long time since they've been in right here, man. And like I said, the people here are going crazy about it, man. I don't, and surrounding areas too. I can't speak for those folks out in California, New York, Brandon, but like the surrounding areas here, even the ones that hate you in Cleveland. Yep. Even the ones that hate you in Cleveland are kind of rooting for the Pacers, man.
This city, oh, God, I'm loud. This city has embraced this team in likes that we haven't seen in 25 years. I said this might be the first time this city has been complete all on one side. Unity. And we're not Republican or Democrat. We're not black versus white. It's everybody for the sole purpose. And it shows on the streets, people with gear on every day. You got today, they had the swag bag pickup of a shirt, a hat, sunglasses, a rally towel, and something else. A sign that you could pick up the first 5,000 people in their car, a drive-by Gamebridge. John, it gridlocked downtown.
Yeah.
Gridlocked for over miles back, and people were That's the only time it pissed people off. There was people honking at each other. Apparently, people were going to fight each other. I said, man, they interviewed one guy on the street on Twitter. He was in the line for 2.5 hours.
Yeah. Downtown was a hot mess today.
You just got to do better than that with that.
I had a lot of late parents. That's why the show kind of started 2 minutes late.
Ah.
Had a lot of late parents kind of tell me, you know what I'm saying, navigating through downtown was
Hot
more
mess.
was a hot mess. Maybe that kind of makes I know the homie Hawk said it's hot water on some other issues, man, but he might need to get the police force. I know he might need to get the police force down there, man, because the Pacers gonna hang a banner, man. Brandon Reef, the Pacers is going to hang an NBA banner. The O'Brien Trophy is gonna go to the spots that I said. Of course, it's gonna hit Cambridge. Of course, we know that, and y'all can go check it out there. But it's gonna be at the fairgrounds. It's gonna be at Hinkle. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be, you know what I'm saying, at Lucas Oil. You can guarantee that. You can guarantee that.
Well, what neighborhoods we going to?
Brandon wants me to shout out the neighborhood. Shout out to Hallville. It's the O'Brien Trophy is coming to Hallville through, you know what I'm saying, through Perth,
Beach Grove,
through
Mooresville,
Reef Grove, absolutely.
East Side. They might spend.
Brandon, the Mooresville folks, I don't know, man. I don't know.
Hey, that Larry O'Brien may spend 2 days on the east side.
I'm calling out Avon too. I haven't seen the whole. I see a lot of Chicago Bulls. Remember?
What about near east side?
Near east side, over there by Warren Central.
Yeah.
Nah. Probably just Post Road. Post Road for sure.
Just go up Post.
Larry O'Brien's coming. Police force, get ready with the traffic control.
We may, if this happens, we may do boots on the streets with videos with fans and just uploading clips and going live. I'm gonna go down. They win this, I may have to go downtown and just get into the mix.
The Broad Ripple. Me and Brandon Reef will be in Broad Ripple.
I'll throw my car in the canal and run over to Cambridge
at the Vogue.
Oh.
I'm sure that's Pat McAfee going to have to tell the homies. I'm probably going to apologize to John Cougar Mellencamp.
No, he's crotchety. That was an old crotchety move, John.
Little Diddy by Jack and Dine makes everybody happy, man. Little Diddy.
Okay, doesn't mean what he said. I mean, listen. We're off the rails tonight, just with a good way going off the rails. But hey, I mean, apparently you become governor. You can put whoever the hell you want in as a trustee down at IU. I mean,
I'm glad he still got some other chicken on the board. I didn't know if he was gonna go here.
No, he got rid of him.
Hey man, he still got some other chicken. So
he got rid of him.
Are you sure? I seen the last press clip and I saw that Buckner was on there.
I thought they got rid of him. Let me take a look. Keep talking.
If the homie Quinn Buckner ain't on there, they definitely ain't winning the NBA. They definitely ain't winning the championship. Hoosiers is done. The Hoosiers is toast. The Hoosiers is over. Sage Steele, I don't know what
that's a joke. Sorry.
I don't know what they can. I don't know. That's a celebrity hire. So IU's what you doing? Blue blood?
He's still there.
They're not never getting back, buddy. They ain't never.
Okay, so he reappointed Quinn Buckner, the current board chair. So that's even worse. They got him in deeper.
Technically, Brandon, I bet. Okay, let's talk to DC. You talk about Deep State. The alumni probably still got more power than Mike. They're like, dude, he probably wanted to put some goofy up there. He probably did want to put some goofy. Not Dan Dawkins, not that goofy. But he probably.
Hey, did you call into your man's show the other day?
Who did one?
There was somebody calling in like pranking. Double G the other day.
No. I gotta talk to
him about the trainer. I said, with his hands on his shoulders, did you feel him behind you? Oh, that was yesterday. That started off the show. First call.
Oh, maybe I'll call him tomorrow.
You definitely need to. But back at it, your Indiana Pacers, NBA Finals.
They in there.
Hey, Tanner Penrod says no chance in hell, and Vinnie Mac theme song is Pat McAfee apologizing whatsoever.
Like paper.
Sponsor, our great Scott K. Nichols, State Farm Insurance wants to ask, will it make it to Pike? I think it should.
Will what make it to Pike?
The the parade route to Pike?
Man,
Has to.
but if it don't come to Ortho Indy
Then it
YMCA,
goes straight down to Wayne Township.
come up to Ortho Indy. We're gonna hit up La Bambas on West 38th. I gotta go with the you know what I'm saying? Extra jalapenos into the burrito. Come on, man.
What's the I feel like just in honor of what this franchises went through, the bad years and stuff. What was the name of the strip club out there on the west side that we had? I know you know. The one where Steven Jackson, all them got in the fight.
I know what the name of church is. There used to be. I don't know
about night moves. But anyways, where all the shootout happened out there, definitely have to take Larry O'Brien by that. Just to seal those demons away finally.
It's still open.
Club Rio. Of course, Tanner would be quickly to give that answer. Club Rio.
They didn't have no private. They had a private room back there, but they didn't have no walls up, man. There's no privacy, man. Like, dude, like, you know, like, what is going on here?
You know the inner workings of that place?
You do what now?
You know, you sound like you know the inner workings of that place.
Dude, I used to work down West 38th Street Best Buy. Come on now, you know better.
So did I?
I wasn't always the same, man.
Sure. Anyways, yeah, and then I think you got to take it to the near south side. South side, you got to give them a little bit of love. You don't go any farther to Beach Grove. Sorry, Greenwood. It ain't happening.
Damn.
Not down that far.
Damn.
You can't even get the County Line Road. You got to turn it around. You head up your east side, like you said. North side, Lawrence, we got you. Castleton.
Carmel, you ain't getting it. They got to drive down.
No farther than Castleton. My Westfield peeps, we got to come down to 465 and Meridian.
McCoursville, they'll drive down to Castleton. They will. Come touch the Larry O'Brien. Absolutely. Maybe stop at the Best Buy in Castleton. It's still there. You know what I'm saying?
And then we hit up Michigan Road, and it comes down Martin Luther King.
MLK? All day.
You stop by the graveyard.
Dairy Queen's still over there.
Stop by the graveyard. I think Simon's buried over there, the other brother.
Man, I got no, for real. No jokes. I got a lot of families over there. My uncle.
Mike Kelly, the whole city is a mess. Yeah, Mike, it is a mess. The Pacers did not think this out when they were giving out. Listen, people are lining up like they're giving out tickets for the finals. Bro, this is a swag bag of a T-shirt that they've given out 3 games. You go to Dick's Sporting Goods and get yourself one.
They owe us.
Sunglasses and a rally towel.
Think about some of them teams they put together. Tyler Hansborough, Jeff Foster. They owe us. College.
There was another name that came up on my feed. If it was Jonathan Birdsong Jr., Chris Copeland.
We were trying to make a player out of something. Like, dude, what in the world? That man, he couldn't play.
He was for a little bit. He tried.
Dude, we didn't need nobody who could try. We needed somebody that can hit. What happened to Sykes? I'm forgetting some other guys. Sykes.
Darryl Armstrong.
They had a lot of dudes, man. Tim Hardaway on 2 bad knees.
Ben Hansborough.
Brian Shaw, assistant coach. I'm calling him.
Eddie Granger. Shout out. Jonathan Bender. Primo Brezic.
You know.
Zagauskas. Or not Zadrunas. Yasikevicius.
Oh man, he's a bust. Oh, Yasikevicius is a bust. Oh, he was
supposed to be the next Euro guy before
he was horrible. Sorry, y'all. Sorry.
Yeah, man, that team. I mean, who was our Mike Dunleavy? Brad Miller?
You know what? Dunleavy and Troy Murphy, man. They didn't have to get up. They had the talent, Brandon. They didn't have to get up and go, man. They didn't want Dunleavy. Troy Murphy, that's disappointing. He was disappointing, dude. As a Pacer, he was disappointing.
Tyreek Evans couldn't get the drugs out of his nose, but Tyreek,
man, after a second chance with the Pacers. What's my man? Shannon Williams? I'm forgetting somebody. Sean Williamson. Brandon went to the bathroom. Y'all do not want me talking.
Oh boy, I thought Deep State had us for a second there.
Oh, I started talking. I thought you had to use the bathroom.
No, you're good. You're good. I mean, this is that type of. Hey, we're talking Pacers. I mean, we got to keep talking.
The history of the Pacers.
What about George McGinnis, Mel Daniels? You got to talk about them. Chucky Person. Come on. your boy, Roger Brown,
Deadlift
the
Shrimp,
guy who thought it was his city, Vic Oladipo for a hot second,
Chris Mullin, Crozier.
Lou Admonson, sweet Lou. You got Thomas Bryant shooting threes in the corner like he's Sam Perkins in 2000.
You know what we forgot? Thomas Bryant played on that championship team with the Denver Nuggets.
What about Ike and Ogu?
Oh God, that was another
DJ Augustine, Texas product. Leandro Barbosa.
He came back for seconds, didn't he? Didn't they have him?
Kenny Anderson, our guy.
Hold on, Halliburton's brother. Not Halliburton's brother. Hansborough's brother.
Yeah, that's what I said. Ben Hansborough earlier.
I said Ben. Tyler was enough. David West. You forgot about him.
Brogdon.
He was
supposed
also
to be the second coming.
He was also with the Pacers.
Chase Budinger.
Did he play? Oh, he did, man. They thought he was gonna be the next Tom Tolbert, somebody, man. It didn't pan out.
Raheem Christmas.
Who?
Raheem Christmas.
Dude, get off Google, man. Get off Google. What do you think about those?
I'm just bringing back some old names. A guy who is a cheapskate because I found his wallet and I went over to the Pacers practice facility and gave it to him, and I didn't get anything in return. Darren Collison. Brandon Brantley brings up about Dwayne Farrell.
That's the
number 27. Number 27
from the Atlanta Hawks. Man, he had a nice little S curl.
Decott says Alize Johnson. We're just bringing up names tonight. I love it.
Never trust no player named after liquor, man. Don't do that. They can't play. Anybody named after liquor, they can't play, man. They might look like that. Crozier. He's
How about
money.
Eric Dampier?
We had
Marquise Daniels.
Traded him.
Brandon Brantley comes in again. Pooh Richardson. I had like 25 Pooh Richardson trading cards. At least.
You should have stopped buying Todd Fleer, man, because I got a couple myself, man. You can't give
that's all they made.
You can't get it.
Of course, Haywood Workman. You got to give old Haywood. Is he still reffing in the NBA?
He should have been reffing when he was playing for the Pacers.
Look, our buddy, had some troubles. He had some troubles reffing in this last series, and I was going to get on his butt.
Tyler Ford.
But I went to school with Tyler. Congratulations to him. He's refereeing his first NBA Finals this year. So, Travis Diener, that was one of your boys.
He had a cup of tea with the Pacers.
Jonathan thought this guy was going to have a good career when he was drafted in 2021.
Who that?
Chris Duarte.
I thought he could be, you know what I'm saying? Now, he's not. He looked like he had some good tape on him in Oregon, man. You know what? That's a Pac-12 school. It was a Pac-12 school. You know what I'm saying? He had some good tape on him, though, man. I don't think he did transition to coming to.
It says Randy Holbrook. I don't know if Holbrook was a Pacer ever. Damon Bailey.
He was a Pacer.
Yeah, I know he was.
Fred Hoiberg, the mayor.
I didn't know Lynn Elmore was a Pacer.
Was in the
74 to 79. 5 years. 5
70s.
years. Vern Fleming still lives here locally. TJ Ford, the last true guy that wore the baggy pants in the NBA, the baggy shorts.
Let's try to get him on the show. TJ Ford. Thank you. I wrote it down.
TJ Ford. We need to get Brandon Brantley back on again. We got to talk Purdue. We got to talk him and just basketball in general, how he's been, what's going on with his summer. Gerald Green, the dunk contest extraordinaire himself.
Somebody said Rim Bender.
Yeah.
Man, I know.
Ham.
Nobody said
Al
Harrington. Nobody said Al Harrington.
Al Harrington. Tim Hardaway played 1 year as a Pacer. Give him a little bit of love. Big boy David Harrison, who had a house over there in Geist, ended up getting raided. A big old house party.
He still goes to, I see him at the gym area. I'll tell you where I go to the gym at. I see him at the gym area now and then.
Yeah, he got that house party raided a couple years ago.
He probably was getting some. He probably had some underage.
He said it was a common nuisance. Luther Head, a couple years.
Illinois, he was a Pacer.
Yeah, Eddie Johnson. And then I'm gonna rumble off some good names. Hey, shout out Buddy Hield still. I loved when Buddy Hield was a great pacer for the couple years we had. George Hill, Jordan Hill, Solomon Hill, Freddie Hoiberg, the 1,000 Holiday brothers that we've had.
How come you ain't said T? We gonna get in trouble.
Look, did you see the clip I sent you? Let me find it real quick.
I told that dog. I told him, man, hey man.
I can play for these people. There's other people who said, man, Jeff T got a problem with the Pacers, man. There's a clip of him. They were announcing all the other Pacers that were at the game and stuff, and they never panned to him. He's just sitting there in the crowd, just Brantley says, Yo, Birdsong, if the Pacers win, will the parade go past pure passion?
That's where yeah, absolutely.
It's got to go by what's the place up off 82nd Street or 86th Street over there? Is that the what's not? I'm going to say it wrong. I can't even think what it is. Not Temptatious.
Twin Peaks?
No. It should go by Twin Peaks. It's Castleton. No, the one over on the west side of town.
Dance?
Where it's got huh?
Dancer Show Club?
No, not a show club. God dang it. I got to find it now.
Sybaris? Who?
Sybaris?
Oh my God. I wish, man, you stink, man. The Sybaris?
The Sybaris? It's got to go by there.
Man.
It don't need to stay, but at least needs to go by.
Those are 7 places I won't be caught dead. One of them is I will not be caught dead. Thank sheets.
Anthony Johnson hit some big shots back during the Nets series with the Pacers.
Come on, man. Nobody said Mark Jackson.
Shout out Dante Jones.
You name
Corey Joseph. Kojo.
It's top 10 Pacers or nothing, man. Rick Smith.
Oh, yeah.
Antonio.
Another guy I had about 15 player cards for, Greg Kite.
Who did Duke? Didn't the Pacers have some Duke players?
Yeah, Dante Jones. Josh McRoberts.
Josh McRoberts.
How about the Boilermaker, Brad Miller? Malik Sealy, another one, R.I.P.
R.I.P. Mick Sealy, man. Brad Miller, you know what? They got him in a good trade.
He says Hep C. Sybaris.
See? He know. Hopefully he don't know. But yeah, he knows. Don't go in there. Don't go in there.
I just drive by. Jameson Brewer.
Ooh, that's a name from the past.
George McLeod.
They thought he was going to be the next Magic Johnson.
Derek McKee. We talked about Keith McLeod. Ron Mercer. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
That's the homie. I think he's like my third cousin. No lie, man. For real.
Really? Ron Mercer?
Yeah.
From Kentucky?
He got that money, man. He ain't taking no calls. Definitely no third cousin.
2 years with the Pacers. That's it. Averaged 7.3 points per game.
Number 6 overall.
Sam Mitchell. Rick Mount. I'm just looking, just scroll through.
Mount? Absolutely.
Kevin Ollie.
Is he still coaching?
I don't know. That's a good question.
From UConn. It was
Eric Strickland.
That
was from Jonathan's favorite, Jeff Pendergraph.
Name who's all these coaches? Who coached all these dudes, man? Vogel.
Jim O'Brien.
I like Jim O'Brien.
Matt Pope.
It was
the Kentucky coach, played for the Pacers 2 years, 97, 99.
Larry Bird.
AJ Price. AJ Price actually had a decent little run with the Pacers there for those 4 years.
He follows Crossroads Sports, Brandon.
AJ?
I promise you. But he don't do a whole lot of social media. So I'll send him an invite as far as like something for summer. I'm being for he follows the show.
Good. Good.
That's about UConn.
Glenn Robinson the third.
Man, you know what? Big dog, little dog. He had all the tools, man. Just didn't necessarily had the push.
How about the Rush boys? Brandon Rush, Kareem Rush.
Should have stayed their ass in Kansas.
Damn. What about Dwayne Snitskus? Another one I had a ton of playing cards for. Luis Scola.
I got him in a bunch of the San Antonio Spurs cards.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Scott Skiles.
Hey, man, I wish we had got Luis Scola.
Born ready.
I wish we got Luis Scola 3 years earlier, man. That dude, he played well for the Pacers.
Ronnie Stuckey.
He was on the tail end. They should have
Didn't
kept him.
he have 50 in a game once? Or was that just an NBA 2K game? I can't remember.
He ain't have for us.
Well, I know he didn't have him for us. LaSalle Thompson, Jamal Tinsley,
Rock solid. Sanders.
Evan Turner.
From the old days, 87 Pacers.
One guy we got rid of, I wish we would have kept him, Oscar Sheway. I think he could have been something. He could have done what this Enrique dude's doing, just to be a little bit of muscle and rebounding. He could have done that.
The issue was that they didn't think he could be a consistent enough stretch. Maybe it pans out.
TJ Warren, talking about a career that fell off.
Who did?
TJ Warren.
Man, he had that
got baptized by
magic in the bubble, and then it was over.
David West.
Said him All-Star. He was 2-time All-Star with the Pacers, I thought.
Sean Williams. I think he went to jail for a bit.
No, he might be in the ground now. I'm not sure.
Uh-oh.
He had a problem with drugs bad.
I think we've had this talk before with him. Was he alive or dead? Man, very much alive is Sean Williams. I thought he was dead last time, and you thought he was.
He must have moved back to Memphis. He better stay because they found him over there on. He was on Martin Luther King late night.
Kenny Williams.
I don't tell Kenny Williams. Okay, but dude, you naming some Pacers.
Yeah, Barton Community College, 90 to 94. Brandon Brantley knows his guys. Brandon Brantley, who since you're in the chat, which we love hearing from you as always. Who was your all-time favorite Pacer outside of?
Stop it!
You can't use Reggie Miller. I can't use that one. So give me one. And by the way, Decott, all these others that are haters, more people need to give love to Jermaine O'Neal than what he's getting. I'm glad he got the pop that he got the other night.
I don't know, man. What does Decott be hating on him? Or
he hates. Let me ask you this little trivia question for you, John. Or I guess not a trivia question, but hypothetical. When the Pacers win the NBA championship, does Halliburton get a statue before Reggie?
Oh, wow. Probably not.
Won a title. It'd be a title.
Yeah, but
it'd be a title.
He's still
first
playing.
One.
They're going to get Reggie one before he, you know what I'm saying, gets too old.
Why are they waiting so long for it?
I mean, he might not want it.
Does the Davis brothers count as one? Yes, we'll count it as one. But I really don't even think they were brothers.
They're not even related, man.
I just learned about that maybe 5 years ago. They weren't brothers. I go, they really weren't brothers?
Stop it, Brandon. You knew they wasn't brothers.
Could have been.
Brothers, man. Ain't no other Hoosiers play for the Pacers? In the modern era.
Randy Whitman.
And Victor Oladipo, that's it. Victor Oladipo in the modern era, that's it.
Damon Bailey. I'll probably find a couple more.
Kirk Hakens. No, he played for the Charlotte Hornets. Kirk Hakens did.
I don't know who Jim Thomas is.
Well, you named some old Pacers.
I think there's more Boilermakers that played for him.
There's been quite a few. I mean,
somebody said Joe Young, Byron Scott.
Joe Young, he was a tryhard, man. He wanted to play point guard so bad, but he was a shooting guard and he was too small.
Can we say Ricky Rubio, even though he was in the trade, he didn't actually put the uniform on? I mean, he was a Pacer before we dropped.
He's the most overrated guard that ever came from Europe. Overrated. Ricky Rubio. Hope this catches on in Spain. Hope he hears it. Ricky Rubio.
I
remember I don't know if I want to come to the Minnesota Timberwolves. Well, Kevin Love.
Good.
Kevin Love was like, just trade me. He was out of the way anyway.
Clark Kellogg would be his favorite outside of Reggie for Brandon Brantley. Clark Kellogg.
Clark Kellogg destroyed his. Yeah, he was before his time. Yep.
Dude, I remember him, and this was early '90s with him and Jerry Baker on TTV4 doing the Pacer games.
Them some good times.
Oh, they were perfect, man. Perfect. Always listen to that. Yes, Reggie. You know, you'd hear Jerry Baker and Clark. We had some news today from Shams in regards to the Kevin Durant saga. I got the audio for you that. We will play that, but
we can listen to
the latest is the Suns are aggressively trying to trade Kevin Durant. He's expected to be moved by the draft The market is between 4 to 6 teams, and here was some of the audio that we had from
potential trade. Like conversations will now begin to pick up on a potential trade of Kevin Durant out of Phoenix over the next 2 to 3 weeks. Conversations will begin to heat up. I'm told the Suns will work with Durant and his business partner Rich Kleiman on a trade home. There's expected to be a robust market for him. 4 to 6 teams seriously interested in Durant, potentially ahead of the NBA draft. But between now and that NBA draft later this month in June, there's going to be serious conversations about moving Kevin Durant, and still one of the great players in the NBA right now, an all NBA caliber player, still at the prime stages really of his.
I'm trying to find the audio from like 2 to 3 years ago when I said the Pacers would win a title before Kevin Durant would again. I'm really trying to find that in my
Brandon. Before we get to the Kevin Durant things, first of all, Sharms also reported that he had reported that Tibbs was good, and then yesterday Tibbs was not good. Tibbs would be looking for.
Something changed.
So,
by the way, I think the New York Knicks have completely fumbled this. Completely fumbled it. You just gave the guy a raise 8 months ago for 3 years, and now you got to pay him a $30 million buyout.
The owner did that. So unless the owner already had a conversation with Jeff Van Gundy, who's been
you know who's in charge now of finding the next coach? Who the head of it is? Dolan has said.
Who?
Worldwide West.
That's who should have been on the trustees at IU.
Knicks are in trouble. Who was he upset with? Who was upset at him? What, Mikal Bridges, who said something in an interview in January that he should be playing the bench more? Who are you, Mikal Bridges? You've never been an all-star. You had 5 draft picks or five players drafted trade picks for you, and you're not even an all-star. Who are you to talk? You didn't even show up in the series.
Not like he was supposed to, no. Brunson gave his, unyielding support.
Absolutely. So now you piss off your star player. Now you have to go get somebody. Are you going to get a Mike Malone? Are you going to go get a Budenholtz and then try to package something to get Giannis and get? Now people are pissed at Cat to get Cat out of there. The Knicks have fumbled the bag, and you just beat the defending champions in the last series, and you lost to a team that could potentially win the title. They have completely fumbled this from the start.
Right, and in 2021 they should have drafted Halliburton, like I said, instead of Obi Toppin. Now the Pacers got both of them.
You did say that. Yep, I found the tweet. John Burson said the Knicks should draft Tyrese Halliburton.
They picked 12 though.
But no, like you give this guy a vote of confidence. It's 8 months ago. You overachieved. I would be first to say that the Knicks overachieved this year for what they've they've done, and they had a 50-some win season 2 years in a row. Now they've gone the farthest now than they have since 1999, and you get rid of the guy you just won. You just beat the defending champions, regardless if Jason Tatum was there or not, and now you oust him. Hey, you know what? We need to change a new voice.
Right.
I don't agree with it.
Right. Whoever comes in is you're gonna have some type of attrition with your roster, or they're not gonna like how they do things here or how they play defense. So everything's gonna change.
Whoever the GM is, the Leon, whatever his last name is, he's the one that should have been fired for couple things. You had a tough team. You had some bench, right? You had a tough team in bench last year. If we thought about it, you had Julius Randle, you had Dante DiVincenzo. You had some of these guys that were bruisers. Obviously Randall didn't play in the playoffs, but they were just DiVincenzo would get in your face, and he had that defensive prowess. Leon, the GM, traded for a Karl Anthony Towns. Yeah, that's not Tibbs.
Right, he doesn't always play great. He has like great moments in the regular season where it was going crazy for him, and he can hit those flyers, you know what I'm saying? But like when it came, like I hate quote Hulk Hogan, when it came crashing down to it, like he's not there. He's not there to make a play. He himself becomes a defensive liability. You know what I'm saying? Where in this day and age, 6'11", like dude, we need you to be more than just. It ain't my fault. It ain't me. It ain't my turn to rebound, or it ain't my turn to hit a big shot, or I wasn't thinking. I thought we had enough time in the shot clock. Whatever, little things you can go and kind of pull it. Pick at Karl Anthony Towns. But so yeah, Brandon, I think we'll get back to Kevin Durant here in a second, but I think it really is the owner. The owner just kind of felt embarrassed or whatnot, felt that he had a championship team, and the little hick team, cornfield team from Indiana, beat you. Yes, you beat the champ. Again, it still doesn't make sense. Yes, you beat the Boston Celtics at a full strength. It's like there's no excuses there. No excuses there. Jason Tatum was playing, Brown was playing. You know what I'm saying? There's no excuses there. So
Right.
again, you know what I'm saying? You don't get to this point. You don't get to the championship game overnight. It does take. I just said that. You know what I'm saying? A half hour ago. It does take. You know what I'm saying? Tinkering here and there. And you tinkered and I didn't say overpay guys, but you pay guys, and that's the team you kind of stuck with. I think they might. Brandon, you say they get to any type of trade talks? Yeah, they can. But
I think they take a step back next year. I do.
if what's making moves like this, absolutely.
What is New York's identity? Let me ask you that.
Now you don't know.
Gritty, hard nose, right? That's what it was. That's what they say. The New York way, right? Hard, gritty, in your face, whatnot. Take no shit. Your leader of that was Tibbs. Like
Right.
he kind of like you're going to play your ass off, and you're going to be up in there 48 minutes. Now now they have no identity. You just built all this the last 5 years with him to now you're hitting the reset.
Wouldn't be the smart thing to do is just tinker with your roster. Don't you know that this guy named TJ McConnell is coming off, you know what I'm saying, off his contract? Don't you know the other guy, Peyton Pritchard, is coming off his contract? Wouldn't you just want to just have? Don't they really just need a backup point guard to kind of fix some of their problems? They got it. You know what I'm saying? Don't they just need a backup point guard to fix some of your problems? Not fire the coach. You know what I'm saying? Don't you need maybe you know what I'm saying? Maybe you know what I'm saying some more again campaign. Like again, he's gonna be on another team. You know what I'm saying? Come this season. Who else? The Lewis guy. I can't remember. I can't. But you know, some of the
or Prince. I call him Prince.
Spend a little money. And you know what I'm saying? Maybe get Brunson a runner. But okay, Josh Hart did not blow him up for you this year. Package all that up and tell it goodbye. Or like I said, address some of the needs that you. But I would have did those things. Drafted me a point guard or go get women in free agency or whatever and figure that out before I fired the coach. They still got to pay him $30 million.
$30 million. Yeah, makes no sense there. And we'll see what they do.
Back to
Durant. I said the Pacers win a title before Kevin Durant would ever win another one, and that could be coming to fruition pretty shortly.
I look at the draft board and I kind of see what is out there. I also know what's kind of out there as far as like what other teams can kind of give back to the Phoenix Suns. They're not going to get 4 draft picks back for him. They're not going to maybe even get 2. You know what I'm saying? Maybe that would be 2 in an expiring contract or a young player that's on the come up. There's been talk and feelers with San Antonio. There's been talk of course with Golden State and how I don't know how that kind of works. It's also been talk with the Timberwolves, but that definitely ain't gonna happen. But you know what I'm saying?
I would say definitely not. I think there's some traction to it.
Sam says there's 6 teams. As foolish as who we just talking about, the Knicks is probably one of them foolish ass teams.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But if I'm the Knicks, I would rather go after Giannis than I would Durant.
Giannis is going to want to, you know what I'm saying? He's going to want, so I don't think Giannis is going.
Did he try to get was he getting Budenholzer out? Or was he a Budenholzer fan?
Who? Giannis?
Yeah.
Giannis just goes to ownership and talking about, it sounds like he just wants to win. Now, did Budenholzer challenge them behind the scenes? Probably, and that's probably where Professors got ruffled. But we also know that they messed up their team when they let Holiday go and some of their other pieces and overpaid Middleton. They kind of messed up their team. So there's that. I think Giannis kind of ends up somewhere where the front office is not too, you know what I'm saying, want to like fire the coach or blow up the team. You know what I'm saying? So I think he kind of lands. If he even if he does get traded, I think he lands, like I said, lands somewhere with a stable front office.
Stat of the night, Crossroads Sports stat of the night. The Indiana Pacers are 7-1 this year in the playoffs when Halliburton scored 20 plus.
And all of ESPN, except for like one little dude from whatever show you sent me to, one guy said the Pacers in 7 was, come on, man. If you don't believe that yourself. So like all of ESPN is saying the Oklahoma City Thunder is going to either sweep the Pacers or beat them in 6 games. There you go.
Let us be the underlaunched, and nobody's giving us the credit. You heard Scott Van Pelt. I sent you guys the clip earlier today. He talked about the Indiana media, like they haven't given him any credit. And yeah, it sucks and it's sour, and you're like, oh, well, hell with that. But you know what? Screw it. Just like I said the other night when we said, hey, as much as I want to tell people we've been there, Reggie's been there, Decot's been there, a lot of us have been there during the dark times and the good times and dark times again, and then back to the good times. There's some people they're just living off coattails right now. They're striking while the iron's hot. They're getting on the bus while the the bus is going strong. Like, and I'm at that point where it's like, you know what? Screw it. Hop on. The more the merrier. If this will keep it going and can keep our ownership saying, hey, let's spend the money, because you're going to have to go in the luxury tax to keep Miles. And Simon said he would do it if we had a proven winner. Well, guess what? We've got a proven winner now. So you need to spend up the money, because if not, you're going to lose a lot of this fan base. I'm going to say a lot of it, but you're going to lose a portion of this fan base, because Miles Turner is a big piece of that. And I know I've been critical of Miles Turner in the past myself, but you got to pay the man. Go in the luxury tax. You ain't done it. You've never done it. So just do it for 4 years. Or not even 4 years. But it's either that or you lose another valuable piece. An Aaron Neesmith, an Obi Toppin.
And NBA champs, they got to put them on TV. You got to.
Hey, at least you get a Christmas Day game this year.
Get a Christmas Day game this year. You got to put the NBA champs, so you get all that media money back, man. So think of it like that.
100%. The Suns named Jordan Ott their new head coach. I'd be dumb if I said I knew who this guy was. I have no clue. No clue who this Jordan Ott is. Another wasted talent. This team, apparently Devin Booker is leading your search committee. So if that's the case, then the Suns are going to be terrible. That's what you get between a franchise that tries to have its players run things and where they're at, compared to an organization like Indiana, who all the players are coincide as one, just like UPC.
Yeah, when I heard Devin Booker was in Devin Booker, I said the ball's rolling over, man. The ball's rolling over. You gave Devin Booker the keys to the city like that? The balls? Come on, man. Kevin Johnson, you wouldn't do that. You wouldn't run the carpet for no, man. Devin Booker, sit down over there. We're gonna get this coach going. We gotta get the Suns back on TV. That's what I would have told him. But I guess he feels empowered.
Yeah, apparently. Let's see. The NBA All-Star game next year, it is going to be Team USA versus Team World. We kind of talked about that back in February of some possible changes. And we're going to go Team USA and Team World route, kind of like hockey did with their All-Star thing where it was a rounding success. But we'll see. You're going to have some people upset. There's only 12 All-Stars next year. You don't get that bonus.
I'm fine with it, man. These guys got to get in their mind to just play and show up and and not just make a rock and jock type of game, and have some type of competitive edge to it, man. That's all. I think that's what all the fandom kind of really wants. They don't really care if it's East versus West or old versus new or sophomores and freshmen, and that irritates me. You know that, but they just want to see a somewhat competitive game where you gotta care what you got there, buddy.
Do you know who that is?
That's the homie. Doug Collins. Should be.
Nope.
That ain't Doug Collins?
Nope.
Who? Oh, man. Is that Doug Gottlieb?
Nope.
Doug, I'm running out of Doug.
A little closer for you. You should see that mug, and you should know exactly who it is.
Dude, I swear I thought it was Doug Collins.
That is a young Tom Thibodeau with a mullet.
With a mullet.
John, there's still people. John, I just saw some tweets. There's people in line still, 4.5 hours in line for swag bags, and they're getting towards the last few. You got to imagine if you're one of those last ones, you don't get that swag bag, and you waited 4.5 hours in line.
They get you something.
Yeah, what started out as a nice gesture to give Pacer fans free merch has turned into a gridlock downtown. We've heard from people stuck in parking lots and traffic or waiting on rides for more than 4 hours. Merch is running out fast.
Them Pacers didn't mess us up.
I think I've spent over $200, $250 on merch so far for the
What?
Pacers.
Man, I'm about to dig in the crate and find this old Jalen Rose jersey.
When they win the title, I can just imagine that's gonna be another 300-400 bones spent right there.
You're gonna
So
be busy. You're gonna be busy at the job.
finals, man, I can't wait. It's gonna be hopping. I did see they are putting up the banner on the side of Gamebridge right now for the finals logo, so it's gonna look cool. I'm gonna go down there and see it on if I go back to work on Friday. Yeah, let's talk real quick. Pacers jerseys. What all Pacers jerseys did you have or do you have? Retros. I'll go through mine. I know my oldest jersey.
Rose for sure. Miller. That's long gone. I had 87 Reggie Miller. That's long gone.
I've got a signed. It's in my closet in a bag, hanging up. I have a signed Wayman Tisdale jersey from 1980, whatever. But I was only 4 years old, and I was given that as a gift.
I actually met him at a retreat, Catholic school retreat. Man, he was a rock solid dude. Man, he spoke, and then he kind of we didn't know, dude. You talk about you was 4 years old. I think I was like in 6th or 7th grade. I did not know how good of a player he was and how he was kind of using. He really was using his time. He really spoke to us and was in genuine. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, keep that one, buddy.
Reggie, him, Jermaine, Artest. I had 4 Paul George ones, but when he lied to us, I had that burning party on Crossroads Sports.
Come on, Brandon. Goodwill.
Yeah, I got like 12, 13 jerseys still. If I don't have a Tyrese jersey because I'm kind of at that phase right now where like I don't really wear jerseys anymore at my age.
Right.
But I'm getting the Ty one. It's got the finals logo on the back. I got to get it. He's proved it now, man. By the way, if you get a chance one night, all Pacer fans, go to YouTube. The Pacers have uploaded last night a playoff documentary that's got highlights. It's got the audio from Boyle, from the TV guys, all through every single game of the playoffs that they've had so far. It's about 1 hour and 40 minutes long. It's like a freaking movie. One of the greatest watches, one of the greatest edits I've seen so far. Go to YouTube, type in Pacers playoff thing. It is spectacular.
For sure.
I watched it last night, and I think I've watched that last 2.5 minutes of the Pacers Knicks just on YouTube itself, I think over a dozen times, just because I love the reactions of people and just how much a little here or a little there. Like people don't talk about, remember, Giannis beating Giannis there with the last second shot. The Tyrese shot in game 2 to beat the Cavs to go back up 2-0. It's just there's so many, and they were just how much they were down with like less thing. This is a Hollywood storybook run that 15 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, you're gonna be like, hey, where were you when the Pacers made that run, right? Because people 25 years ago remember where they were at when the Pacers were in 2000.
Right.
I was 15, 16 years old at the time, so I didn't get to a game for that. But I was watching it back home. Got my license and cruising, watching the game. But this type of storybook run, it's, and a lot of people, regardless win or lose, this is a storybook run that you're going to remember and you're going to cherish and you're going to look back. There were so many great memories of this. So enjoy it. As I told my wife, I think over this playoff run, I think my heart has stopped like 20 times so far. And I told her I can't keep doing this. Like, I'm glad this is the final series because I've had the heart attack I feel too many times in games or late nights waking up everybody in the neighborhood after a big shot's hit. The dogs are going crazy and the wife's like yelling and going crazy too. Like it's something special. And I know people are going to be pissed if they lose. It is what it. But enjoy this run. It's magical. I still think we're ahead of time from where I still wholeheartedly believe we have a chance to do this next year, and we have a chance to do it the following year. The East is wide open once again next year. If you haven't thought, Jason Tatum's not coming back through that door for Boston. They're going to have to make moves.
That's right.
So the East is wide open for us to do it again right now.
Knicks just fired their coach. Charlotte Hornets is a hot mess. Pat Riley can't get nobody to come down there to South Beach.
The 76ers are a hot mess.
76ers is even with a MVP and a lottery pick, hot mess. No, man.
So
be scared of the Toronto Raptors. Be leery.
Reggie Sykes says, I'm at work. I was at work screaming when Halliburton hit that shot. See, that's the thing. Hey, where were you when Halliburton hit the shot? That's all you say, the shot, and people know. Like,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I know. Reggie, I got that Tiger Woods Sunday red hat on. Yep. Hey, man, every day so far I've worn the finals hat. I had to take one day off from wearing the finals hat. It'll go back on tomorrow for the finals, but that sucker's been woven in. John, have you got a finals hat yet?
Dude, not till they get crowned, man. I don't have a finals hat. No, I don't. Well, but I don't really get into the fandom no more, man. I get into the, the podcast and the sport.
No, you will though. You will though. You're getting back into it slowly but surely. They're bringing it back in.
Dude, I had some notes for the NFL, man, but it's gonna have to wait till maybe weekend update.
Yeah, weekend update for sure. With that, Pacers currently +9 tomorrow night, game 1. Okay. I think, as I said, the last 2 series for Indiana, there's no better time to attack and strike than in game 1, going on the road to win a series. If you can strike in game 1, they've been off for 9-10 days. Oklahoma City has. Like, this is the time to strike, to get after them, to steal a game. And this would be the one to steal if you're going to steal in Oklahoma. I have my prediction is Pacers in 7. I think it's going to go 7, unfortunately. I think they're pretty good. But I think Indiana gets 1 there, and I think Oklahoma City gets 1 here.
No, my official prediction, I got the Pacers in 6. We should see a lot of Ben Mathurin and TJ McConnell taking advantage of that second team, being that spark. That's what I want to see. McConnell and Mathurin. Do it for the Gipper. Do it for Jarris Walker. He's on crutches, y'all. You know what I'm saying? And then, Tyrese Halliburton can't play passive. Cannot play passive.
Yeah, start out slow.
And then remember, though,
7-1 when he scores 20 plus.
And remember,
if that's not a glaring stat, then I don't know what is.
Yeah, and remember that you got to feed he might be the engine, but you also got to feed, the carburetor and all that, because Siakam needs to touch the ball at least once or twice on offense if he's, because he's the matchup nightmare. So those are my keys. I got the Pacers in 6.
Pacers in 6. I got Pacers in 7. John, we're looking forward to it. Enjoy the game tomorrow night. If we win, do we go live for a quick recap? Absolutely. It's going to be a late one.
Absolutely.
Okay, if Pacers win, we'll go live for a recap around 11 o'clock when it's over. By the way, I like the old announcing crew better. Give me Mark Jackson, give me Van Gundy, give me Mike Breen. I don't need Doris Burke and Richard Jefferson. It doesn't do it for me.
Hand down. Man down.
That's right.
Shot clock doesn't reset.
Good luck to the Indiana Pacers.
Nembhard for 3.
We'll see you guys tomorrow night after the Pacers win.
Absolutely. That's why.